Good morning, outdoorsness. It is Saturday, May something or other.
24th.
24th. It's Memorial Day weekend. We're headed to a place outside Ellijay, and then we're gonna head north towards the Virginia Civil War Museum, I believe. We're not gonna see the museum today. Plan is pop over in a Cracker Barrel lot overnight and then see the museum tomorrow. That's gonna kick off a string of battlefield visitations, Civil War battlefield visitations. Then we're gonna start heading home. So that's the plan. Alright, outdoorsnists. This is what we drove an hour and a half out of our way to see. You can't fix stupid if it don't broke. It's pretty glorious. I didn't expect it. I did hear the tentacles got broke, but if you ever followed Squidbillies, that's kind of fitting. We got around the back. Did they do his butt crack? Absolutely. Perfect. I love it. Okay, so this character is early Kyler. He's from an Adult Swim show called Squidbillies. Squidbillies came out a long time ago. I didn't initially like it at first, but then Squatch and I got to watching it together. We laughed our asses off, loved it. It's one of my favorite shows ever now. It ended not long ago. The guy that voices the squid, early Kyler here, he for some reason thought it would be a good idea to go on Facebook and call Dolly Parton a race traitor. It wasn't a good idea. He ended up getting canned, and then the show, I think, lasted, and they replaced him with Tracy Morgan. The show went on for another season, and they ended it, so I think it ended on a high note, but that's just my opinion. Yeah. But anyway, here he is. Apparently you can graffiti it. I guess that's okay. I'm totally gonna sign it. Yeah. Not much else to say about it, really. So, I wonder who commissioned it. I don't think it was officially done for the whoever, but yeah. Okay, yeah. Now we're gonna head north. Alright, it's next to a little like pizza shop, and I don't want pizza right now. And I have no idea if the pizza shop is connected to this parking lot down here, but in the off chance it is, we figured we'd buy something just to make hosting that thing worth it for them. So I spent $2.23 for a dollar pepper. $2.23 for a Dr. Pepper. Anyway, yeah, now we're gonna head north into Virginia. And that's a long ways away from here, so we're gonna get going. Say goodbye to early Kyler, everybody. Bye, Early. Alright, outdoorsness. We're at the Cracker Barrel. We just ate. We're in Whiteville, Georgia. Whiteville, Georgia. We thought we were going to another Cracker Barrel further north of here, but something happened, and
Google thought we should go somewhere else.
Yeah, Google sent us to some god-awful place.
Banjos are still playing.
Yeah, so it tried to send us up some weird mountain, and at that point I realized something had gone wrong. So, change of plans. We decided to just come to the nearest Cracker Barrel to stay overnight in the lot. It's a nice one too.
Yeah, I realized something was wrong when the banjos played and the shotguns come out.
Yeah, it was a little concerning. Anyway, we are just about at the end of our little southern journey here. We're only 5 hours away from my brother's house. We're 3 or 4 hours away from some of the battlefields we wanted to see, so we probably think tomorrow night we're going to be at his place. That'll probably conclude our adventure here, and then after that we're headed back, and I got some more vacation time to use up here, so I'm gonna actually relax and rest and all that. So that's my plan. I don't know what else we're doing. yeah, so more to come, but yeah, we're getting near the end, so it's gonna be too dark to film very soon. So. Good night is what I'm getting at. Good morning. It wasn't hot last night. My God. Okay, it was hot and sticky and crappy as Louisiana was. That is how cold it was tonight in Whiteville, Virginia, wherever the hell we are. God, it was like 40. My phone says it was 44 degrees. But don't worry, it felt like 47 degrees. It felt like it was goddamn freezing to death. I don't know at my house, but oh man. Alright, good old GoPro batteries for the win. I have no idea where it cut out, so it was cold last night, colder than we thought. We're gonna go get some coffee. Let's go. Alright, let this be a lesson to us travelers. Always hold out for the Love's truck stop. Never settle for the
Circle K.
Well, I wasn't gonna say it, but
I will.
he said it. Yeah, the sandwiches and the coffee at this particular Circle K are not great. That's okay though. I've been to some Circle K's, they're fine. So. Circle K, if you can hear this, it's okay. It's fine. So. Anyway, we're gonna go now.
Dad-squatch says otherwise.
Dad-squatch doesn't like Circle K. It's early, it's okay, it's alright. Alright, outdoorsness, we made it. We are at the Virginia Museum of the Civil War. Now, before we get going here, I just wanna make it clear. Virginia fought for the Confederacy during the Civil War, and I don't want anybody to mistake my interest in history here for support for the Confederacy or anything like that. So just to clear the air here. So anyway, we're gonna look around here, and then we're gonna head to some battlefields nearby relatively speaking, and then we're gonna start headed on our way home. So let's go check out the Virginia Museum of the Civil War. What do we got here? We got a statue to Conrad Jackson. I don't know. Who is this? Who we got here? General Jackson. I can't really read it. The description is not well. Alright, let's go around and see what's in the museum. I don't know what this is. So there was a battle here. I think the Battle of Newmarket Battlefield State Historic Park. We bought the ticket that lets us see the gallery in the battlefield. So let's see what they got in here. So before the internet, people had dueling pistols. They would just shoot each other, I guess. I always thought it was funny. Some people just kept a set of dueling pistols in case somebody had to go. Wild. I think you're supposed to do something. Nothing happened when I flipped the switch in the last one. So. There's like nobody in here today. You'd think there'd be more people in here on Memorial Day weekend, but there are not. Kaminsky Gallery of Civil War Firearms. Usually the gun collection is the best part of any Civil War museum. Oh, look at one. Look at that. Past and present, looks like. This is interesting. It says, contrary to popular belief, anesthesia was used during the amputation. I was always taught it wasn't, and that's why it sucked. But according to that, that's not the case. So I did learn something coming here. Alright, so we just watched a video on the Battle of Newmarket. There's part of it was where they all lost their shoes in the mud. It's a pretty good film, I thought. Gave you a pretty good idea how that one went. Very interesting. If you're here, you should check it out. I'm not going to try to repeat it, but yeah. Alright, I think we've seen all that's indoors. Time to go outside and see what's out there. Alright, probably my favorite part of the movie we watched was this claim that General Siegel here, things weren't going his way. He got a little agitated and started shouting orders in German, which must have been super confusing for the Americans he was commanding. Battlefield walking trail, tickets required. Good thing we have tickets. Well, I got one ticket. Only give me one ticket. There's one. Okay, we're gonna go take a battlefield walking tour. This is the Bouchon farm. In the video, some cadets, I guess, kind of ran around this thing and sort of got shot. So, while the Bouchons, I think, they hid in the cellar. One of these buildings. That building, maybe. Pretty good idea. I'd hide in the cellar too if there was a civil war going on around me. Bouchon house is open. Go look into Bouchon house. Oh look, they put out cake for everybody. You have to turn the doorknobs to the left, apparently. I don't know, that's an old, I don't know, just odd. Private, don't go in there. East Parlor. Middle class farmers. It says the rest of the stuff is. It was saying what parts are original and what parts they cobbled together from whatever. The table's original, the clock, and they think that thing above the mantle. Interesting. The video said every building in Newmarket more or less became a hospital after the battle. Pulare, P. Morphine. Wow. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna go take a peep at the field of lost shoes. Dad-squatch is gonna head back to the van. Because if he tries to walk this, we're gonna have the field of lost Dad-squatch. Anyway, story was, I think it was maybe it was the cadets. Some group of cadets joined the, came down to help the Confederate Army or something like that. I don't know. Let's back this up. So the field of lost shoes, I guess some soldiers were running across the field on the other side of these trees. It was very muddy at the time, and their shoes came off, so they all ended up barefoot. I think this was the Confederates that were doing this. I can't remember now, but anyway, yeah, they all lost their shoes in the field. Hence the name, the field of lost shoe. I have to wonder, did they recovered all of the shoes? Like, if you went poking around in there, would you find? They're probably all rotted away by now, I would imagine. This is a very well kept battlefield. Like, if you're into Civil War stuff, this is not a bad one to visit. I ain't gonna go too far. There's really not much to see besides that field. Maybe those cannons. Let's go to those cannons. I gotta burn some calories today. Alright, according to this, The Union Line extended from this prominence eastward to the valley. Turnpike US 11, a distance of about 1/2 mile. Confederate charge along this line drove the Yankees from the field by 3 p.m. The Union forces retreated northward, pursued for several miles by the rebel troops. Okay. Okay, 9. So 8 down there. Apparently the cadets captured some cannons. Some guy named Kleiser from the 30th New York Battery had to run off with his cannons. Cadets caught the cannons. They were very pleased with themselves, according to this. Bang. I would not want to be shot at by a cannon. Jesus Christ. It's terrifying. I wonder if they could have hit the highway from there. Probably. I don't think the highway was there. Well, maybe. I don't know. Obviously not the state it's in now, but maybe there was a road there back in the day. I'm not clear on. I don't know. Probably some kind of road was there, but there was a farm there, so it stands to reason. Apparently, General Grant and General Robert E. Lee were over on the other side of the ridge there, doing some other battle, which you can probably go learn about over there. Yeah, that's a Civil War battlefield. This is a very nicely kept battlefield, I will say. You get that place over there, it's nice. The whole area is nice. It's pretty affordable to get into. I think it was like $12 for us both. One each, $12 each, so pretty affordable. You want to spend a couple hours in Virginia? This is one way you could do it. All right, let's go back to see Dad-squatch, then think about where we want to go next. I think we've seen everything we have to see here. So now we got to figure out if we want to go to another battlefield, or if we want to head to my brother's house and call it a wrap, or what we want to do. I don't know what time it is, frankly. 11:19. Oh wow, pretty early in the day still. All right, let's head back. Oh, I've been walking up this thing, but there's a nice little trail over there. And I think I'm going to return along that actually, because it's a shadier walk. It was you did that.
That was you.
No, that was all you. Okay, we figured out we're going to Antietam. It's about an hour and a half from here. I've heard of that battle, but I don't know much about it, so we should learn something. Well, let's go. All right, we made it. We've reached the Antietam Visitor Center. All right, so we just saw a little film. Went upstairs, saw a whole presentation about the battle. Walk down, see some artifacts. They don't have as good an artifact collection here as the other places, but the rest of it is way better. Presentation film. Yeah, I now know stuff about Antietam that I didn't before. I'm not going to try to relate any of that because I'm very tired and I'll probably get it wrong, but I feel more educated now. If you're into the Civil War, you definitely should come here. It's a pretty good place. Yeah, I'd give it 10 out of 10 as far as Civil War stuff goes. Maybe not in the artifacts department, but that's all right. What did I learn that was interesting? There's a cornfield over there where there was a lot of fighting, and they found a body of a 19-year-old New Yorker in 2008, as recently as 2008. So the ranger was saying there's absolutely still bodies in these fields, like they haven't found them all yet, so that's pretty wild. Yeah, Antietam. All right, we're gonna do the driving tour. I'm gonna try not to fall asleep at the wheel. So. All right, we think we're by the cornfield, which is where there was a lot of fighting going on, like I was saying. But when I said I'm tired, I'm not tired of the battle. We had a very unsleepful night, let's say. It was very cold. I think I complained about it this morning. I've actually forgotten what I filmed and haven't, so that's kind of where my brain is right now. Whatever. Anyway, the point of my story is, yeah, Antietam was one of the nastier battles as far as casualties. What I noticed about a lot of the programs was they talked about casualties a lot, and what they did with the bodies, and how many people died, and just the sheer amount of death there was. There was a lot of the other battlefields didn't really talk about that or make a focus of that, really. Like, it took them like, what was it, 5 years to bury the Union troops?
Yep, but still find them.
And then 10 years to bury the Confederate troops. I mean, they'd bury them here in like temporary graves and ditches, and then they'd sort them out later. But it took years. Like, when the battle was over, the army just kind of left to go do other battle stuff. And the people that lived in, what's the name of the town? I can't remember.
Antietam?
No, Antietam's the creek. There's the town nearby, which is Sharpsburg. Sharpsburg had to deal with a mess, and yeah, you can imagine. You had, what was it, 11,000? Some insane number of people.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not going to try to repeat it, but it was many thousands of people just left here. All those people had to deal with it. And that's not even counting the disease afterwards. Like, I guess it's cholera and all that, typhoid.
23,000 were killed.
23,000. Thanks. That's an enormous amount of people. All right. Okay. It's like 3 o'clock. We got a 2.5 hour ride ahead of us, and like I said, I need some coffee in me, so we're gonna go. All right, we made it out of Antietam. We're at a Sheetz. What a terrible name for a gas station. Coffeeed up, snacked up. We're headed to Delaware. I think that might be the video, unless something wild happens. I'll turn the camera on, but until then, yeah. Until the next one, like, subscribe. That's not good. Nope. No, that's not good at all. Alright, so whatever that is, seems to be on the right side. I'm hoping it's not on the highway, but it probably is. Hard to tell with these people. Traffic's still kind of moving, so maybe we're gonna get lucky here and be able to go around it. The smoke's gone. A bunch of fire trucks and ambulances showed up. It looks like they're sending everybody into that other highway lane. I thought some people were just doing that to get out of it, but I think they're actually diverting people. I still have no idea what happened or where exactly on the road it happened. Alright, now there's a helicopter. If I had to guess, I'd say they're going to land it probably.
You're there, it's the news team.
No, it's not. It's a medical chopper. I don't think they have news helicopters anymore. Yeah, it's definitely a med flight. I wonder where they're going to land it.
Interstate.
Maybe on the highway. Find out. Oh, that's not a good sign when they call those in. Looks like they've stopped moving people. We're getting out of our cars to look. Helicopter's landing. Looks like it is landing near the highway.
Is it going?
We're going back on. Alright, we don't know what happened. Looked like a car crash of some kind. I think the black vehicle we passed there as they routed us down the other side of the highway, it looked like it had a crumpled front end, but no idea what happened. Yeah, I'd be guessing. So we're gonna go find somewhere we can detour around that.
44.
44. Tractor trailer rolled over apparently. Wasn't sure how long that was gonna delay us. We ended up probably delayed maybe an hour and a half because they closed down sections of the highway, and they're sending everybody on our side down the other way. Fortunately, it was right near a turnoff, so we were able to get out of there and not be stuck. But they had the med flight helicopter come in, and so it must have been bad, whatever. I haven't looked up what happened. We did hear on the radio, tractor trailer turned over. We got there before we were there. The fire truck came up behind us, and you could see the plume of smoke go down after they were putting water on it, so it was kind of fresh. Hey, outdoorsinists. I'm camping again. Just a camping fool, I guess. We made it back to Vermont in one piece, Dad-squatch and I did. And now I'm going to review the trip, much like I did the last one I took. Big one out west. Anyway, all in all, 10 out of 10. Pretty good. We saw Memphis, some of Memphis. Went to Graceland. Graceland wasn't really on my list of things to see, but I'm glad I went. That was interesting. Oh, the no-see-ums, they're out, and they're out for blood. And that fire and every other thing I've tried to get rid of them has not worked. So, kind of hoping they go away when it gets a little cooler. Anyway, what was I saying? Memphis, Graceland, very interesting. Actually learned a few things about Elvis, so that was nice. What did we do after that? Then we went to New Orleans, a city I've always wanted to see, check out a little bit. We weren't really sure what we were going to do in New Orleans, but then I happened to notice the National World War II Museum was there, and that was very good. I was very pleased we saw that. I would have liked to have stayed in New Orleans a little bit longer, but just the way it worked out, the way that, you know, like, that's kind of the thing you want to plan for, I think. So that was good. Can't remember where we went after that. Oh yeah, wanted to see the Gulf of Mexico. That was also very entertaining. Again, that's the thing, I maybe could have wanted to spend a day or two more down there, but you know, we wanted to move a little bit. So what I like about that, seashells on the beach, very good. The other beaches I've been to in the Atlantic and the Pacific, Atlantic had some shells, but not very many. The beach I was at in the Pacific, absolutely no shells. What was up with that? Gulf of Mexico, complete opposite. Shells everywhere, all different kinds. Man, we could have picked shells all day. It would have been great, but we didn't bring any sunscreen, so. I had sunscreen in the van, but by the time we got to I didn't think we were going to be there very long. And we weren't. Unfortunately, we did not get sunburned, so that was very good. Then after that, we went up north, started to see the Civil War battlefields. That was also very good. None of them really come close to Gettysburg in terms of quality, I think. I mean, they're all very good, but just in terms of how much time you can spend at one, I think Gettysburg takes it. But learned about the Battle of Newmarket, battle I'd never even heard of. I'd heard of the Battle of Antietam. I always wanted to know something about it. And yeah, the program there they had was very good. Learned all kinds of stuff about it. Saw all kinds of things. It was great. What else? The sleeping setup. Yeah, that didn't go quite as well as I had hoped. The plan had been put two cots in the back, and we could just sleep under the van, fine and dandy. The cots didn't quite fit, and I knew that going into it. But yeah, then it got to the point where that night in Louisiana, it was just too hot for us both in the back of that van. There's just no airflow. But fortunately, Dad can sleep sitting up, so so that's what he did. And then it was kind of funny. We got a little sidetracked because something went wrong with the GPS, and instead of sending us to the Cracker Barrel, I'd intended it to take us to it, put us in like the middle of the Appalachian Mountains somewhere. But fortunately down south there's a Cracker Barrel every 20 minutes. So we found the nearest one, camped out there. That was funny because it was the opposite of Louisiana. It was actually kind of cold, and one of the water jugs had actually spilled onto my cot. So I ended up using the other one. But neither one of us slept very well that night either. So if I ever go with anybody in that van again, I'm going to have to rethink how we do sleeping, because it's just, oh my God, the bugs. Anyway, no real road problems, no fender benders, no crazy drivers. I mean, I guess it was some crazy drivers, but nobody that caused me any real problems, so that's good. So I don't know if I'm gonna do a new video for this camp at all yet, so this one might just be for me.